Hi there, Ronnie here, coming at you with a video, several videos to be done today, and I'll load them all up. Last weekend was Tabletop Scotland 2022. I've had my daughter down on holiday all week, which is why I've not gotten to do these videos before now. I'm going to do these in basically sort of 4 videos. And I'm going to do the introduction and what I bought, board game wise, with this video. And then I'll do my other videos more in depth. In fact, I might only make 3 because I can talk about my board game playing in this one, which there wasn't a lot of, to be honest. I was more focused on making sure that Saffron and her fiance Jamie were having a good time. And they were playing a lot. I got in on a couple of games. I got into playing Onitama, which is a chess variant, and a very interesting one. I actually quite enjoyed that. That was quite fun. Who knows? Might get it myself. But part of Tabletop Scotland is the bring and buy. I didn't buy any original sort of full price games, mostly for financial reasons. But I did buy some games out of the bring and buy. Some of these still have elastic around the boxes because that's the way they were packed. I'll leave that one to last because that's kind of a separate wee item. First of all, in no particular order, I got this, which is A Handful of Stars, which is a Martin Wallace game. This was the last one to be released by Tree Frog Games. I have Discworld Airport by them, which is also a Martin Wallace game. And this was a limited run. It was handled, I think, by a separate company because Tree Frog went under, which is a shame. I had been intrigued by this game for many years, and I could not find it for any sort of decent price. It was always sort of 80, 90, £100 because it was out of print. And I had all but sort of given up on ever seeing it. And then I found it for a tenner at the bring and buy, and I thought, you know what, I'm having it. So I'm quite happy to have that. If I'm honest. Also bought Rococo, first edition. Why? Because I refused point blank to buy the second edition. Rococo looks like a really fun worker placement game. I've seen the review of the deluxe remake that's been done. Looks beautiful. Far too pricey. It's about the same price as flipping TI. But TI, at least you're getting some value for money in terms of length of play. Rococo's a 90-minute to 2-hour worker placement game. It does. They should have released a standard version for people to buy as with the remake, but they didn't. So this is the first edition. The pieces look perfectly fine for what I need it for, and The actual game looked a lot of fun to play, so I thought I'd get it. I was determined to try and find one sort of decently involved game. And I found this one, which is the Colonists. Some worker placement involved, some civilization aspects. It intrigued the heck out of me, and for 20 quid, I wasn't going to argue. If it turns out to be a bit of a naff game, it's 20 quid. It's, you know, it can be sold, quite frankly. Last but not least, I really didn't buy that much this year, is this one, which is Hamburgum. I bought this game because it looked kind of interesting, sort of economic game, but the main reason for buying it was it has a rondel as its action selection system, and also the fact that it's two-sided. You can play in Hamburg or you can play Londinium and have a different set of challenges. So for the asking price, it was actually really cheap. But there was also a charity Tombola for the Perth Autism Society, which is a charity that was being supported by Tabletop Scotland this year. And basically you paid, it was like £1 for 5 tickets, and if any of the tickets you got had a 5 at the end of it, then you could pick one of the prizes. Now by the time we got there, all the big prizes had gone, but there was still nice games there. I put in a £5. I got nothing. Didn't win a thing. My daughter, on the other hand, she put in a £5 and she won 4. So Saffron very kindly gave one of her wins to me to pick. You know, she picked 3 items. She let me pick 1. And of the ones there were 2 that were of interest. One was Tinker Tailor. I think it was Tinker Tailor. But I read the back of it and it kind of sounded a bit like Citadels, which I already own. And then there was this one, which is Astro Drive, which is essentially, it's racing spaceships. And I thought for a freebie, I'd give it a go. It's not even out of shrink wrap yet. There were games there I could have bought. There was a Kickstarter version of Atlantis Rising. And there was a very full version of Sid Meier's Civilization. And I did not buy them for slightly separate reasons. The Civilization game was 130 quid, and whilst I could have just afforded it, maybe, I was reluctant to pay that kind of money for it, even though I probably would have loved it. As for Atlantis Rising, I was sorely tempted to get it, and slightly kicking myself that I didn't, but I only had a limited space in my suitcase for games, and I'd already bought all these. And Atlantis Rising, I think, was going to be a step too far in terms of packing stuff away. Although it did look very good. But I'm okay with the choices I've made, to be honest. I'm I'm quite happy with them. I didn't want to overdo it. um, I I had really wanted to find some expansions for things. I'd hoped to find some expansions for Memoir 44, somewhat G'd up by the fact that they had this huge Normandy beach set up for Memoir 44 in game. On table, they God knows how many boards they used to simulate it. It was really impressive, and the game went on all day. The Memoir 44 game went on all day. And that was impressive to see. There was a lot of good games. There was a game being sold there called Connected Flights, which I still want to maybe get. But overall, I'm very happy with the purchases I made. I did, as I say, I didn't go overboard. I didn't want to, but I'm quite happy with them. I just gotta find space for them now. Space must be found. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.